Poppy K and her weekly vlogs, shopping, reading and her monologues. Poppy K and her weekly vlogs. Poppy K, subscribe, like, comment and share. Well, hello, welcome to my vlog. Today I finished work, as you saw. Well, I was at work today. I have just finished a great book, literally just now, and it is probably, I'm gonna say, one of the best books I've read this year. This is what Alchemized should have been. It is The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Bridget Knightley, and this is the Illumicrate version. If I put the, just gonna put the thing on, bear with. So this, as I say, it was a Illumicrate edition, so I've got this lovely little thing on. Now, I don't know where I saw this. It might have been on Instagram. I saw somebody do a thing of like all, what do they call it, like dark academia style books. So what, this one was in there. I think it was on, anyway, whatever, but this one was in the list, and I thought, oh, I've got that. And I started to listen to it, and I'm not kidding you, a book that has a pub called the Dog's Bollocks and Scottish Exalato is a 5-star in my book. This book is absolutely hilarious. I mean, if you want something that gives you a little bit of a giggle, this is it. As I say, this is what Alchemist should have been. What Alchemist should have been. Now, it is hilarious. They're like bickering children, but it is really good. So I would highly recommend. It is a book one of a duology, and the second one comes out in July. I think it's July the 8th. Fantastic, and I would highly recommend if you want something that's a little bit, not fantastical, but sort of. It gives me, this is what the vibes, it gives me cozy, like cozy mystery vibes, but make it absolutely bloody hilarious. This is just amazing. Highly recommend, and a great start to my weekend vlog. So, hello, we are in the kitchen. This is what I wanted to show you. I don't know if you remember, I showed you this last week. This is the sweatshirt that I ordered off Vinted. So that is that. I am going to be making my beef and potato soup. So I just thought I'd have a little chat with you while I'm doing that. The weather today is technically we would know as whoa. Yeah. So we were going to go to Costco tomorrow. We might not. I don't know yet because we've got some things to get. I don't know if we're going or not. I'm cutting my leeks on my mandolin so they get nice and thin. So that's what we were going to do, but I just don't know. I think everywhere's going to be so flooded tomorrow. Because of course, where we live near, we're basically on the Welsh border type thing, and or more as that, like more or less we're about 40 miles from the border, I think, if that. And I just think it's going to be, if it's motorways and stuff like that, you know what people are like, can't bloody drive, so who knows. So and look, it goes really nice and thin, so might leave it till Sunday. We've just got to get, well, we've got to get coffee, tea, washing powder, dishwashing stuff, toilet roll, bare essentials. And I know I work in the supermarket, but we can get bulk. And we get a really big bag of Yorkshire tea bags. Cool, that one's... Do you know what? My mum can peel the onion and she just does not cry. I think my uncle's the same. Yet sometimes I can peel stuff and it is terrible. I got her to watch Frankenstein, so I'll have to see. She said it was really good, but I'll have to see what she actually thought of it. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, honestly, I'm still thinking about it now. It is just such a good movie. Right, that's that done. I'm going to fry them off and then we'll peel some potatoes and all of that. So I just thought I'd come on for a catch up, really. Christmas is coming. I'm not sure what I'm going to read next. Quicksilver, the next in the series, comes out on Thursday this week. Not Thursday, the 18th. What's that, Tuesday? What did I come in here for? Oils. Yeah, so don't know whether to reread Quicksilver again. But I'm also on the last book of Georgina Clark's, the last one that's published anyway. Because on Thursday, off to a book event, which will be in next week's vlog. So yeah, look at that, nicely, all nice and thinly sliced. So I've got that, but I've actually got the book that she's launching on NetGalley. So I'm nearly finished the other one. I love it. It's a great series. If you want something that's not necessarily cozy, but you know, I mean, you know what mysteries are like. Everyone knows what a murder mystery is like. So if you want that type of vibe, then for sure go for it. It's really cool. Lizzie Hardwick is a fantastic character. Just gonna get some butter. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, she's a great character, and the stories and everything, I love the way that they sort of roll in to, and again, it's that sort of good vibe, you know. All right, it's a murder mystery. It's not really a good vibe if it's murder mystery, but do you know what I mean? You know what you're signing yourself up for. And I'm really impressed with myself because I've guessed who the murderer was on both books so far. So hopefully I can with this one. We've only just, I'm about 25% in on my Kindle, so I will let you know, but I'm just sort of reading that as and when. As I say, it was a palette cleanser for Alchemized, which I'm still really disappointed at. Didn't really think much to it at all, to be honest. And that's from somebody who hasn't even read Manacled. Some people who said Manacled is better, but I don't even think I'd want to read Manacled now, because why would I? It's just, nah, not for me. Never mind. Right, I don't know if you can hear that wind. Awful out there. So, right, anyway, that's enough babbering on. I'll see you in a bit. yesterday because we didn't really do much. Today I don't know if we're going to do anything. I have, however, finished another in the series of Lizzie Hardwick, the last one that's available, and that's Death of a Viper. Very good. It's a nice little series. So I'm looking forward to the book event later this week, which will be in probably next weekend's vlog. Yeah, I'll do it in next weekend's vlog. So we've got that to look forward to. I am reading also with audio. I have got Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. This is a little bit of a dark academia. I don't want to say dark academia because there's a kind of school involved. There's studies. There's a typewritery thing that's magical. So far, it's a little bit like she's had to sit an exam, pass an exam, and then go to this place where she's going to be I don't know what you would call it. She's the first woman ever admitted to a prestige order of mages and unravels a secret conspiracy that could change the practice of magic forever. Anyway, so I am, how many pages in? I think I'm about 50, 60 pages in. Enjoying it so far, so I shall get some of that read today, hopefully. And I'm not quite sure what we're doing today, as I say. The weather seems to have calmed down a bit now. The floods are still going on. Obviously, they're going to come off the hills then, aren't they, into the river. So we shall see. Luckily, we live on the top of a hill. So that's it. I've got my coffee. I've just finished Death of a Viper. The next one in the series is, I can't remember, but I've got it on NetGalley, so I'm going to read that before I go Thursday. But I'll talk about that on Thursday. And that is everything. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, hello. So I am literally just currently editing my video and realised I didn't do an outro. So here we are. I have finished my reread of Quicksilver. So I'm on to the next book, which is Brimstone, which came yesterday in the post. So I have got that all ready to go. I got that on pre-order, so I've had it on pre-order, so I picked that up. I've got my book poster. You probably won't be able to see that. It's got it's got the map of Britain, and it's got loads of book events and things that happens all over the country. I'll show it to you. Hang on a sec. I'll put some lights on so you can see. So it's got all of the different book events and where they happen in the UK. So I've got that up there. If I pull out, you can see a bit better. So we've got that, and then I've also done got our Christmas village. So there's our Christmas village all ready to go. Yeah. So that's all that ready to go. I have been making some I've got an itchy back. I've been making doing something on this jumper. I'll show you in a second. TikTok is terrible for getting you to start new crafts and things like that. Not that it's a new craft, but I've always liked doing this. I've liked doing embroidery and stuff, but I've never really thought about doing it this way. And on here, I have started to embroider different things that relate to books that I've read. So we've got just the book, got Cauldron, representing the cauldron in A Court of Thorns and Roses in that. We've got a sword. What's the sword? I'm trying to show you. There you go. The sword. That could be several things. That could be Quicksilver, and it could be a Throne of Glass series. And of course, we've got the dragons for Fourth Wing. So I'm going to do that on this one as well. I'll probably do up this side as well. So absolutely loving doing that. I've had a little bit of a move around, but not much. My mum and dad are coming over the weekend. Tomorrow, I'm going to my book event in Worcester at Waterstones. I'm going to a Georgina Clark book event, and it is the Lizzie Hardwick series. It's the next installment in that, which is Lizzie Hardwick is a harlot, and she in the first book is a suspect in a murder case, but she helps find the murderer, and then she starts working alongside the magistrates and the police, and then the stories go on and on and on, and I am absolutely loving it. It's got cozy vibes ish, but I only think that that's because it's like a murder mystery, but loving it so far. I've read all of them. There's the Death of a Harlot. Oh, I can't remember the rest off my head, but I will go into more detail into that next week. And that's it. So I've got that tomorrow, which I will film for next week's video. My parents are coming over, and we're basically just slowly getting ready for Christmas. So that's it. Just thought I'd come on and finish this video and close it up. So yeah, as I say, I had a move around and all that lot, which you'll have seen just before. So anyway, right, I'm going to stop rabbiting on now, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're not already, please do subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give this a thumbs up. And if you are here and you've watched the whole thing, please leave a Christmas emoji. Yeah. Right. I'll see you next week. Bye.